The low thrum of the tube amps vibrates through the floorboards, a warm bass note under the crackle of a freshly placed needle. Aroma of hot metal and strong coffee mingles with the faint scent of rain on concrete. Hand-drawn diagrams and scribbled notes line the console, catching the dim glow of the vintage VU meters.
Black Star Pirate Radio.
Toronto checks in at 66 degrees and moderate rain. Winds are moving from the west-northwest at 13 miles per hour. First up, the tragic echo of a life lost in North Carolina, now a legal battle for accountability.
Irina Zarutska's family is suing the city of Morganton, NC, alleging gross negligence by the police department. They claim officers failed to act on multiple warnings about her estranged husband, Vitaly Pastuk, who later murdered her and then died by suicide. The lawsuit seeks unspecified damages, but clearly exposes systemic failures in their domestic violence response protocols and the city's oversight.
This isn't just a civil suit, it's a desperate cry for poin, a price paid for a wrong, echoing ancient calls for justice when the established order fails to protect. The family carries the immediate trauma, but the entire community in Morganton now grapples with a profound trust deficit in their sworn protectors. Who carries this failure next in terms of civic memory?
Patching in a caller, the skeptic. You're on the signal.
Togee, this is Sarah. So a family's grief becomes a municipal budget line item. But what's the actual cost to the city beyond dollars? And what alternative response could have genuinely protected Irina, beyond just more police or a future payout that doesn't bring her back?
The neon tube flickers, the color of a wound that won't close, and the room holds its breath for a second. Same dossier, new angle. Keep the thread tight.
Cooldown is when habits set. Swap the tiresome combo for a clean two-step people want to repeat.
The established facts remain, but our lens.
Recent reports detail a surge in Israeli settler attacks, notably in Area A of the West Bank, regions theoretically under full Palestinian Authority security and administrative control. For instance, the village of Burqa near Nablus has seen multiple incursions, with homes vandalized and olive groves set ablaze, exposing the PA's limited capacity to enforce law against armed settlers and the Israeli military's alleged inaction.
This isn't just property damage, it's a deliberate territorial encroachment. It's a modern-day land grab, echoing historical patterns of displacement, turning rule into a hollow promise. The olive trees, ancient symbols of connection to the land, become direct targets, signaling a profound assault on Palestinian identity and future. Who inherits this ongoing struggle for sovereignty?
There's a caller on the line. Duh.
Togee, this is Amir. So the PA is exposed as toothless and the Israeli state looks complicit. What's the real cost here beyond property damage and political rhetoric? And what's a concrete alternative to prevent these raids when the international community just wrings its hands?
Amir, the cost is the rapid erosion of any remaining two-state solution viability and regional stability, further destabilizing an already volatile architecture. Our proposed next move, a digital documentation and deterrence initiative. Palestinian communities, supported by international NGOs, would deploy secure, open-source video surveillance systems in vulnerable Area A villages. This provides irrefutable provenance of attacks, serving as both evidence for international bodies and a direct deterrent, shifting the power dynamic from silent suffering to documented resistance. Finally, the skies unleash their fury, testing the resilience of two developed nations.
Unprecedented torrential rains have battered parts of Japan and South Korea, triggering widespread landslides and flash floods. In Japan, the Kyushu region alone saw over 500 millimeters of rain in 24 hours, displacing thousands and claiming at least one life in Saga Prefecture. South Korea is grappling with similar devastation, including major highway closures and over 1,500 evacuations, exposing the vulnerabilities of even advanced infrastructure to accelerating climate events.
This isn't just a weather event, it's the Earth's response to an imbalance, a modern-day deluge tale reminding us of humanity's ancient vulnerability to forces beyond our control. The concrete and steel of these nations meet the raw force of nature, forcing a reevaluation of our engineered separation from the environment. Who will carry this ecological memory forward into policy?
Patching in a caller? Go ahead.
Togee, this is Lena. So we're talking billions in damage, disrupted lives, and who knows how many future events. What's the real long-term cost to these economies beyond immediate relief funds? And what's a proactive structural alternative to just cleaning up after each disaster?
Lena, the long-term cost is an unsustainable cycle of destruction and reconstruction, a depletion of resources that undermines national dignity and future prosperity. Our next move: establish resilient bioregional councils across vulnerable coastal and mountainous zones in both nations. These councils, comprising local residents, indigenous knowledge holders, hydrologists, and urban planners, would co-create localized, nature-based infrastructure solutions, like managed retreat, expanded wetlands, and permeable urban designs, prioritizing long-term ecological balance and community consent over quick-fix engineering. This builds an architecture of respect for the land.
Black Star Pirate Radio.
Continue the signal at TogeeVision.com. Tune in, Sparks and Stories, Gig Passport.